several false statements and misrepresented some facts during a contentious Oval Office meeting on Wednesday with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. Here's a look at some of the claims made by Trump about the alleged persecution of South Africa's white minority. Number 1. There is a genocide of white farmers in South Africa.
Persecution or genocide going on?
This conspiracy theory has been propagated by some fringe groups of white South Africans since the end of apartheid in 1994. It's been circulating in global far-right chat rooms for at least a decade. Supporters point to murders of white farmers in remote, rural areas as proof of a politically orchestrated campaign rather than ordinary violent crime, and accuse the government of being complicit. The government strongly denies this. South Africa has one of the world's highest murder rates, and police recorded over 26,000 murders in 2024. 44 were linked to farming communities, and of those, 8 were farmers. Data collected by white farmers themselves also does not support the notion of genocide.
People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. The majority of them are black people.
Number 2. The government is expropriating land from white farmers without compensation, including through violent land seizures, in order to distribute it to black South Africans.
But you do allow them to take land. No, do allow them to take land.
The South African government has a policy of attempting to redress inequalities in land ownership that are a legacy of apartheid and colonialism. But no land has been expropriated, and the government has instead encouraged white farmers to sell their land willingly. Some 3/4 of privately owned farmland is in white hands, who make up less than 8% of the population. A law signed by Ramaphosa in January that allows the state to expropriate land in the public interest in rare cases without compensating the owner requires authorities to first try to reach an agreement. It still hasn't been used. Number 3. The Kill the Boer song. Trump played a video clip of the song in which some black South Africans call to murder Afrikaners. The song dates back to the resistance against apartheid. 3 South African courts have ruled against attempts to designate the song as hate speech, on the basis that it is a historical liberation chant, not a literal incitement to violence. Number 4.
Both sides of the road you have crosses.
Trump played a video clip showing a long line of white crosses on the side of a highway, which Trump said were burial sites for white farmers.
Those people were all killed. Have they told you where that is, Mr. President?
The crosses did not mark actual graves. The video was made in September 2020 during a protest against farm murders. An organizer told South Africa's public broadcaster at the time that the crosses represented farmers who had been killed over the years. Number 5. Trump held up a sheet of paper with a picture of people lifting body bags.
These are all white farmers that are being buried.
The image actually shows humanitarian workers burying bodies in the city of Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's a screen grab of this Reuters video taken in February, following deadly battles against the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels who had captured this city. Number 6.
Just put this on, it's right behind you.
The opening scene of the White House video shows Julius Malema of the Marxist Economic Freedom Fighters, or EFF, in Parliament announcing,
"People are going to occupy land. They require no permission from you, from the president."
There was also another clip of him pledging to expropriate land. Some land has been illegally occupied over the years, mostly by desperate squatters with nowhere to go, although some land seizures are politically motivated. The land is usually unused, and there is no evidence the EFF orchestrated any land invasions.
Yes.
Shalom. Back with another video. So before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash, to the elder apostles, the elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well. I'd like to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopefully elect. Shalom. We're here with a video I'm going to call All Liars. Nah, not that one. Being exposed in your lies. That's what it is. That's the name this gonna be. This lesson. Being exposed in your lies. We watched the video as President Donald Trump had each and every one of his lies exposed. Not just for the internet, but on national TV as it went through. Trying to say that the white South African people are going through genocide. If they were going through genocide, and with technology today, this would have already been a big thing. Heck, they'd already moved on it. As we see with Israel and the people of Gaza, once this thing became a genocide, it's been published ever since. So there is no way you're gonna tell me that these white South Africans, who he tried to say has been victim of genocide for this long. I think they say the photo started in 2008 or 2014, somewhere along there. But you can't tell me it's been an occupation to get rid of these people for that long, and it hasn't happened by now. There's no way. There's no way. But as you've seen in the video, you had the president of Africa, or wherever he's from. Yeah, he should be from South Africa. The president of South Africa come out there and show Trump like, man, everything you done brought forth is a lie or misinformation. We also have this woman's voice in the background showing you that everything that Trump was bringing out was basically a bunch of lies. Lies or misinformation. And from the sound of her voice, she might be an Edomite herself, or she could be a Jake, who knows. But we know one thing. All the lies that Trump is bringing out is being exposed. But what do you expect from an Edomite? What do you expect from the wicked? Lies are what they are made to do. Yahweh Shem Shai made them to lie. So they're very good at doing it. As the scriptures say. I'm going to start off here. This is Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See? The scripture says as soon as they're born. Basically, their first word is going to be a lie in there somewhere. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Shai designed these people to be liars. So it's not strange that Donald Trump will be up here in front of the world lying about a genocide on white South African farmers that's not even going on. I mean, you heard the statistics from 2024. They were like 44 of the murder cases over there in South Africa are dealing with farmers, and only 8 of them are white farmers. Think about that. I mean, it was a lot bigger number when it compared to the amount of people getting murdered every day over there in South Africa, but only 44 people that died in that large number. Well, in that large number, only 44% pertaining to white farmers, and only 8 died during last year. So, how can you say it's a genocide against these people when they're barely even getting touched? Like the president said, most of the people that are dying over there are so-called black people. So, where is this genocide against these so-called white farmers in South Africa that's going on? that you are pushing, because there is none. It's only lies that Esau Edom trying to bring up so they can have a reason to bring about wrath to to that South African president. Honestly, if I was him, man, I'd have never came over here. You can't trust a liar. He already lying on you. So how much more do you think when you go meet him? Because all they do is lie, bro. All true Edomites are gonna lie. That's all they do, and especially one that's in higher position. As the scripture said right here in Psalm 58:3, they be born speaking them. Them and lies are like everyone else in breathing air. It's just something they naturally will do. It just comes so natural to them. And remember, when Yahushua was getting on them wicked scribes and Pharisees and told them they were like their father, he was talking about the Edomites. Basically, the Romans of those times. And this is it, in John 8:44. This is Yahushua talking to those wicked scribes and Pharisees. Ye are your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye would do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. Why? Because there is no truth in him. So if there's no truth in him, what are you going to do? Speak lies, as we seen Trump. Trump get up there and lie every day. For him, it's like taking a breath. If he say 10 words, 8 of them got to be a lie. All right? When he speaketh the lie, this the point. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it. See? All those things that he tried to put on those so-called black South Africans is everything that Esau Edom has done to the so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans here in Babylon. The mass graves, the genocide, the hate speeches, the taking of the land. You can go all throughout American history, all those drowned towns. What you think happened in them drowned towns, man? They killed them people, took the money and wealth, then buried the land underwater. You had the Black Wall Street, where they one of the only places, or one of the few places, that the United States government bombed their own land. And for the people who survived, they can't even get their money back, man. They lost money, land, wealth, everything doing those things. And guess who did it? The Edomite. Now look at them. Now they're trying to put their history, paint their history onto someone else. That's why the scriptures say when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. So all those things Trump tried to blame them for, he was speaking about what Babylon the Great, what America, what the Edomites as a whole have did to the so-called children of Israel. Now before I go, I want to get this in the AMP just to see what it said. This is John 8:44 in the AMP, in the red letters. Like I told you, this is Yahushua talking to those wicked scribes and Pharisees and wicked Israelites. Ye are your father the devil, and it is your will to practice his desire, which are characteristics of your father. He was a murderer in the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks what is natural to him. See? It's like breathing for him. It's natural for an Edomite to speak a lie, the devil, that the Bible speaks of. For he is a liar and the father of lies and half-truths. And as the scriptures say, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. So even if he give you a half-truth, it's still a lie. That's why the scriptures say it's natural for him to speak them. And as you've seen, Trump was so convicted in speaking that lie. Let's look up this word natural. Let's get a little better understand that. Salaki. Natural. An existing in or caused by nature, not made or caused by humankind. Yeah. But it wasn't caused by nature. They're natural liars because Yahweh Bashim Haushai made them that way. Remember, there's a vessel for honor and a vessel for dishonor. They're that vessel for dishonor. So they're going to do a lot of evil, dishonest things because they were made to do those things. Point 2. Of or in agreement with the character or makeup of or circumstances surrounding someone or something. Yeah. They are natural born liars, as the scripture said. When they speak of a lie, they speak of their own. They're the fathers of lies and half-truth. So it's not surprising that everything Trump tried to bring against this South African president was a lie or a half-truth. Because the Edomites are the father of those things. That's why they're getting caught up in them. All right. I'm going to go here. Proverbs 26 and 28. A lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. And a flattering mouth worketh ruin. Yeah. That shows you all those lies Trump brought against that South African president and his people, just to try to build a narrative of why he bringing the so-called white farmers over here, and because he hate those people. He hate dark-skinned, melanated people, especially the Israelites. Remember, they got a perpetual hatred for us, and to tell a lie on somebody, especially a lie of that kind of magnitude, man, it shows all kind of hate. I can't hate on somebody to that level if I can't lie to somebody on that kind of level without hating. No one can. And that shows how much hatred that Trump and the American people as a whole have for it. Because you go into that comment section, there was a lot of people speaking stuff like, yeah, they been trying to kill off all the white people in South Africa. And that's been going on for such and such amount of time. They just cover it up. No, it ain't been covered up. That's a lie. But that's the Edomite lie. They got a lie. It's natural to them. They the father of all lies. They born speaking them. So that lying tongue that they use against the South African president and their people, showing their hatred of him. It's not rocket science, man. These people gotta be the wicked. They are the devil who the Bible speaks of, man. All these things talk about them. I ain't doing it, man. It's what you see. This Proverbs 14:5. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. Why would he utter lies? Because he hate the person he lying against. As the other scripture saying, a lying tongue hated the ones that are afflicted by it. So if he speak multiple lies against you, guess what? One thing for sure and two things for certain. He don't like you. That's a real life thing, man. If somebody lying on you that hard, man, that's just they don't like you. That's why I said a false witness, which we see Trump is, which he got exposed in his video for being, will utter lies with an S. Not a lie. Lies mean more than one, plural form. And we're seeing that in that video. When his lies got exposed, not only by the South African president, but also by the woman who went back and done the research to show, yeah, man, what the stuff Trump was saying was either a lie or half true. None of the things he's saying were going on in there. There was no genocide against white farmers. Them people were leaving 2-story houses and things like that, man. They was good over there. And as you seen, the government was asking them could they sell their land to help so-called black farmers get land. But they weren't even pushing the issue for them. But yet their land is getting grabbed. See, man, this man is a liar and the father of it. And Tawada Yahweh Shem Al-Shai for exposing the lies that they're out here doing. All right, gonna go here. Proverbs 19:5. A false witness shall not go unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why Babylon the Great, aka America, would be destroyed. Because this is a place of lies. Lies and false witnesses. Ran by devils. So Yahweh Shem Shai has to recompense them for all the lies and abomination that they done brought out throughout the world. That's why the scripture said, hey, they not going to go unpunished. So just because nothing happened to him now, that he been exposed that about these lies, don't mean Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to bring about judgment later upon them. Babylon the Great, that great whore, she going to have to get burnt up for the things that she did. And one of those things is a liar. Remember, there's 16s that Yahweh Shem Shai hate, and 7 is an abomination to him. And one of those was a liar. Matter of fact, let me get that before I end off. I don't like other. Let's let the scripture talk. Proverbs 6:16-19. There are 16 doeth the Lord hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imagination, feet that be swift to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among his brothers. And really, Babylon the Great embodied all 7 of these things. And the Lord hate them, and they're an abomination to him. What do you think going to happen? He's going to utterly destroy this place. And he's going to do it with those thermonuclear missiles. He's going to have all those other countries come in, along with Russia. Hey, if South Africa got those nukes, they going to be in it too. Along with Babylon the Great allies, and they're all going to destroy America with thermonuclear fire, which is that second death. And we're going to close out there in Revelations 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable, remember, the Lord says 16 he hates and 7 is an abomination. And Donald Trump and America embody those 7 things all together. And murderers, they're murderers, whoremongers. Look at our women. Look at our women. And sorcerers and idolaters and all liars. These things perfectly describe Babylon the Great, and including those Edomites. All liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, which is those thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles coming over here and burning this place with fire until it's nothing more than a giant desert. Indistinguishable in all areas, meaning everything's gonna look like Every state is gonna look like the other one. A burnt, charred, desert-like place. But man, I hope this video was edifying. The water for those who watch. And shalom.